Our journey begins in February 2018 as the newly formed nonprofit, the Amber Reineck House, holds its first and very successful gala. The proceeds from the gala are targeted for a home in Livingston County where there are no recovery homes for women. The week after the gala, dreams turned to reality as Courtney purchased the perfect house on Walnut Street in Howell, the county seat of Livingston County. The location is ideal, close to jobs, the courthouse, and transportation. The house is perfectly equipped to house several women needing recovery housing. Excited volunteers joined the crusade and helped to furnish the house, spruce up the landscape, make small repairs, and they provided those special touches that turned the house into a beautiful healing home for women in our community. The Amber Reineck House is proud to be partnered with the successful Home of New Vision in Washtenaw County. The Home of New Vision provides recovery services to Washtenaw County, and we are thankful to Glennis Anderson, their founder and CEO, and other members of their organization for their support and assistance. While the Amber House was waiting for the special land use permit to be approved, enabling the house to be a registered recovery home, the board continued in their role as active members of the recovery community. They attended the UFAM rally in Lansing, held at the steps of the Capitol building. This was a very inspirational day, joining forces with many other groups to capture the attention of our legislatures, to bring attention to the opioid crisis and the recovery services desperately needed in our state. Due to the opioid epidemic, lives lost to addiction in Howell and the rest of Livingston County are above the national average, and this number is still growing. We know that time is not our friend, and we were hopeful to get the house opened as soon as possible. As spring turned to summer, word of the Amber Reineck House began to spread throughout the community. Perhaps we naively underestimated the power of the stigma associated with addiction. We decided to invite our would-be neighbors to the house for a meet and greet, and we held a barbecue and an open house so we could openly talk with them, show them the home, address any concerns, and answer any questions they might have about the house and how it would be run. This was a defining moment for us as we realized that our mission would challenge us and require much more from us. We needed to address the stigma and begin to educate the community to promote understanding before we could successfully open up our home. In late July of 2018, the City of Howell placed a moratorium for 1 full year on special land use permits, such as the one the Amber Reineck House was seeking. The city stated that they wanted time to update their records and properly research the need for such housing within the community before granting any permits for sober living homes. Deflated but not defeated, the Amber Reineck House Board took a brief step back to reflect on what to do next. We regrouped and we readied ourselves by turning to our vision statement for redirection. Our vision is to reduce the stigma associated with addiction by building a recovery-friendly community, by providing education, therefore increasing acceptance and support. We know that each day that passes without recovery housing for women in Livingston County, the chances of losing a member of our community to their addiction increases. Recovery housing is key to a successful recovery. So with that in mind, the Amber Reineck House made a conscious decision to not sit idly by and wait for the moratorium to be lifted. We increased our presence within the community with a focus on education and stigma reduction. We realized that in order to accomplish our mission, we would need the assistance of the amazingly awesome army of our recovery partners and sponsors. The Amber Reineck House is blessed to be currently occupied by a beautiful family that supports our mission to bring recovery housing to Livingston County. This family plays an active role in the recovery community as well. The Amber Reineck House has partnered with our friends in the following ways. In August, International Overdose Awareness Day. This event was held at St. Paul Episcopal Church in Brighton. This program was so important. Its purpose was to bring awareness of addiction and overdose affecting our community and country. The fall season passed quickly with several important events. Wake Up Livingston held their second annual recovery walk. Turnout was wonderful. On a crisp fall day, we gathered with many local coalitions and law enforcement at the steps of the courthouse in Howell to rally for much needed services. We shared stories of loss, hope, and recovery. We walked through downtown with signs to share our message that recovery is possible with community support. October held 2 events as well. With overdoses in the area ever increasing, the Amber Reineck House held a Narcan training event with the help of Livingston County Community Health, Brian's Hope, and the Big Red Barrel at the Livingston County Wildlife and Conservation Club. We handed out 30 kits and trained the participants on how to properly administer Narcan, naloxone. Downtown Howell was a place for remembrance when a candlelight vigil was held at the courthouse. Inspirational readings, pictures were shared, candles glowed, and names were read out loud in memory of those in our community whose lives were lost to addiction. The ever-busy month of December heightened our passion for helping others. We let the community know that no one needed to be alone for Christmas dinner. We helped St. Paul's Episcopal Church in Brighton feed anyone that needed a place to be and food to eat. Our final event for 2018 was the 7th annual UFAM Recovery Live Tour. This was a multiple-day, well-attended event partnering with national advocates and performers supporting recovery. Sponsored by communities and organizations working to change the way addiction is perceived in our state. A very entertaining show and dinner, inspiring talks at local prisons, and an educational assembly at Pinckney High School were all a part of the agenda. With the year coming to a close, we turned our attention to 2019. We accomplished much by helping our community in any way we could in 2018. But ever on our minds are the lives we are losing to addiction due to lack of services and recovery housing. In anticipation of the moratorium coming to an end in July, we again attended the City Council meeting only to find that no progress had been made on their part to make a decision about special land use permits. The Amber Reineck House mission remains the same, and we are still determined and dedicated to our mission to open our recovery home in 2019. The statistics speak for themselves. The time to act is now. The Amber Reineck House may not be currently occupied by the women we set out to place there last year, but that is still our mission. The need is greater than ever for recovery housing in our county. We cannot do this without you. Today, the Amber Reineck House is more than the building on Walnut Street. The Amber Reineck House is everyone in this room. And all those that support our efforts, we are a house united to help those seeking to reclaim their lives and live a successful life in recovery. Thank you for uniting with us to accomplish our vision to educate our community, working together for acceptance and to accomplish our mission to bring recovery housing to Livingston County. We are refocused, re-energized, and ready for recovery in 2019.